Well, race day dawned, again sunny with a little bit of humidity at the circuit of Sentul for their second Indonesian Grand Prix. And the fans all came prepared to see their heroes. Onto the 500cc grid, Darrell Beattie there, just getting pushed started by his mechanic Steve Bennett as the grid is cleared for this 30-lap race. Michael Doohan, there he is on the right-hand side of your screen on that pole position, his 49th pole position in his illustrious 500cc Grand Prix career. Just one place ahead of Tadej Okada and Alex Crivier, and then the Aprilia V-twin of course, Doriano Romboni in 480cc form. Second row, Luca Cadalora, Carlos Checa, Nobuatsu Aoki suffering from a bout of food poisoning, and then Norik Abe. Fuchs, Takuma Aoki, Sete Gibernau, another one who is suffering from food poisoning, but he is okay. The lights, we wait for them to go to green. From red they go. Oh, Romboni, an appalling start. He's almost dead last by the time they all charge down to the first corner. In fact, he is dead last, but it's Okada that leads. Tadej Okada has got the advantage as they come into turn one, and already they're streaming through turn two, but Doohan immediately takes that lead away from Tadayuki Okada. So then, it's Doohan from Okada, from Alex Crivier in third position, but number 3, Luca Cadalora, is looking to try and take that third away from Crivier. He does. So it's a Honda, and then a Yamaha in third position with Luca Cadalora. The Italian steering that Red Bull Yamaha just for a moment at least ahead of Crivier, but it's Doohan who tips it through the quick left-hander down the second back straight as they come into the slowest corner of the track, all the way down to first gear, 50 miles an hour. Romboni trying to claw up places as he starts his charge back from the real burn from the stern effort. There he is, just 3 places from the dead last runner. Doohan then, he leads still from number 7, Okada. Number 2, Crivier has taken third back from Luca Cadalora, so Cadalora's back down to 4th. Abe's down to 5th now on his rainy run Yamaha machine. So then Doohan comes into the right-hander, the double apex right-hander that through turn 9 and then through turn 10 that brings him onto the front straight for the first time of 30 this afternoon. Doohan, Okada, look at the lead these two have got ahead of Alex Crivier, and indeed 4th position man Cadalora as they charge through the Mirage. Further back, Abe, Carlos Checa, the Spaniard, who was second in the last Grand Prix at Catalunya. Takuma Aoki, he's on a V-twin, ahead of his older brother, Nobuatsu, who is on the same sort of bike as Doohan, Okada and Alex Crivier are running. They are leading this race, 1, 2 and 3 so far. Not taking anything away, of course, from Takuma Aoki. It's a Honda V-twin, of course, just hasn't quite got the sheer grunt, the sheer power when it gets to the top end. They come out of the right-hander. Abe letting it go a little bit wide there. It gives a chance for Takuma Aoki to come by. Does it? It's going to be close. But anyway, back at the front, there is second place man, Tadej Okada, number 7. Still trying to find a way around Nick Doohan. Still trying to even find his first Grand Prix win in the 500cc class. He went well here last year. Okada, this is, of course. He went well here last year when he was riding the V-twin. And indeed, when he came here last year, it was only his second 500cc race, and indeed the Honda V-twin's second ever 500 Grand Prix. So he went well, he qualified on the front row, and he went well in the race until it seized on the 4th lap. But he likes this track, but Doohan likes it even more because he won here last year ahead of Alex Barros and Loris Capirossi. Capirossi, he's moved down to the 250s. Barros is back there on the green and yellow Grassini run Honda V-twin. He's just been passed by Jean-Michel Bale. Anyway, we've got Doohan and Okada still battling it out. But Alex Crivier, from that front row start, is trying to get up with those leading 2, and indeed he is now with those leading 2. 1, 2 and 3, Repsol Honda. It's the Repsol Honda freight train. That's what some people have called it in 1997 with their dominance. But further back we've got 4th position being battled out between Carlos Checa. We're on board though with Alex Crivier, looking forward to Doohan and Okada. Doohan still has that lead ahead of Okada as they come into turn one once again. Again, Doohan shifts his weight over to the left-hand side of the bike as he goes into the left-hander, and then they charge in. There's Carlos Checa, the blue number 8 machine at the top of your picture, but Okada goes through. Okada goes through into the lead. Well, I think we've seen this before in Grand Prix in 97, where Doohan is fed up of towing people round. He's happier to let them go in the lead for a while. He's happier to find out where the other riders are quicker and, of course, where they are slower, where it might give him a chance to slip by. We're on board with Okada, looking back from underneath Okada's seat. That's one of his 4 exhausts that you can see, the carbon fibre silencer there, vibrating away with 195 horsepower rocketing through those all 4 exhaust pipes from his 500cc 2-stroke machine, of course. Okada now got the advantage. Now, Okada was second in Rio de Janeiro. He was second in Donington Park, and he was running second in the Brno in the Czech Grand Prix until he dropped it. He fell off on the very last half of a lap. So he's desperate for a win. He knows he's got the speed of Doohan. He knows that he can even beat Michael Doohan, but can he do it here this afternoon? In the meantime, Doohan dropping back in that second position. There is Alex Crivier in third, number 2 he is, as of his second position in the World Championship last year. He won't be able to get second position this year. That's still been battled out between Nobuo Aoki and indeed Tadej Okada when they went into this race. They're in 15th position. You can see there on your screen Doriano Romboni on his Aprilia V-twin, after having started from 4th position on the grid, went into the last corner absolutely dead last. So he has made up 9 places already, but it's a hell of a long way to get to the sharp end. That Aprilia just will not, in any shape or form, get off the starting line cleanly, and then able to replicate his Friday and Saturday qualifying performances when by the time he gets through to Sunday. Anyway, it's Okada and Doohan. Then there's Alex Crivier. He's dropping back a little, and then you've got a further 2 seconds to go back to Carlos Checa. In fact, we've lost Luca Cadalora somewhere. Luca Cadalora was behind Alex Crivier, but in front of Carlos Checa. He's gone missing. There you can see there's no yellow flashes of number 3 of Luca Cadalora. He was in 4th position behind Crivier there in that no man's land, and he's somehow, somewhere, gone missing with 16 laps to go here in Indonesia. So Luca Cadalora, gunning for at least a 4th position, or at worst a 3rd position, is somehow gone missing. The Italian who's been on the podium, he's been the strongest Yamaha runner all year. He's been on the podium about 3 times this year. He's already out of the race. We'll try and get an update for that with Dan from pit lane. There is Takuma Aoki on his Honda V-twin. He's having quite a lonely race. There, though, is Alex Barros. He shakes his head nonchalantly. Looks like there's a steering problem with his Honda V-twin. Yes, indeed, he says so, even with the body language. International language through his hands there. In the meantime, Doohan is all over the back end of Tadej Okada's Honda V4 now. And here is Luca Cadalora. He's come into the pits, takes his helmet off, and tries to explain things to his Red Bull Yamaha squad. And his race is over. We're getting reports that his Yamaha V4 went from 4 cylinders to 2 cylinders, so obviously a firing problem there. Anyway, his 4th position has been taken up by Carlos Checa. There he is, number 8, and then there's Nobuo Aoki, and then there is Norikabe. He is back in 6th position with his number 5 Rainy Yamaha. There he is, the winner of 1 Grand Prix in his career. That was, of course, the Japanese Grand Prix last year. Drifts a little wide, though, on the exit of that last corner, brings him onto the front straight, where you see Okada on the right and Doohan on the left. Doohan comes up into the lead as he tips it into turn 1 again. The right-hander and then the left. So then, Doohan has had enough now of following Tadej Okada. Okada has now got to follow Doohan. Doohan will be upping the ante somewhat. He'll be upping that pace to his maximum to try and shake off Tadej Okada, and these two actually doing a very good job in shaking off Alex Crivier back in that 3rd position. Crivier having trouble keeping up with these two, but surely his fitness will be coming into play now because of his accident back from the Assen Grand Prix. That was at the end of June. He got his hand caught underneath his Repsol Honda at over 150 miles an hour, and it meant that he suffered terrible injuries to his left hand. There's Jerry Burgess. He's the crew chief for Michael Doohan, number 1 leading this race. He's keeping a watch on Doohan. And if you're wondering what those headphones and microphones are doing... Oh, Alex Crivier looks a bit deep. Alex Crivier, we saw a quick flash of him going through our screen. Indeed, he's gone missing from 3rd position. There he is. Alex Crivier missed his braking point there, and he's dropped from 3rd position now down to 6th position. So Carlos Checa has inherited his fellow countryman's 3rd position as Crivier, now number 2, goes to the back of this pack. There he is, trying to now get his rhythm back and keep his frustration to a minimum. Don't lose your rag, Alex, because if you lose your rag, it'll all go wrong. So then Alex Crivier from 3rd to 6th, Checa from 4th to 3rd. And Alex Crivier, well, we saw this in Mugello, and we saw this in Austria at the A1 ring earlier in this year when Alex Crivier lost his position, and it meant that other people got the advantage, but we have seen that Crivier can fight back. Norikabe, though, he's fighting back, and he's all over the back of Carlos Checa. Checa in 3rd has now got a problem with the Japanese rider Norikabe, and indeed as they go down the front straight, Abe looks as if he jinks to our left-hand side. Does he come up alongside Checa? Yes, he does. Abe up into 3rd position. This is as high as we've seen Norikabe run this year. Checa has to give second best to the Japanese rider as they exit turn 2. Bale is out of the race off his Roberts 3-cylinder machine. Out of the race, he tries to find the shortest way back to the pits. Another day's work done and dusted for the Frenchman. Rumours abound in the paddock that the Frenchman will be back on a Yamaha, but with Rainey, that is the team that Norikabe here rides for this year. And indeed, that Bale will be the teammate to Norikabe in 1998 after the year on the brand new Mercedes. But Alex Crivier, he seems to have found a way past Carlos Checa, and he has. So then Alex Crivier up 1 place from 6th to 5th. He's just now got Nobuatsu Aoki in 4th ahead of him. But Aoki, he'll be suffering by now physically in this race because Nobuatsu Aoki, there he is, the blue number 18 streaming through your picture. And there he is now ahead of us. We're on board with Alex Crivier, looking forward to Nobuatsu Aoki. Aoki, he's the eldest of those 3 Aoki Barbour brothers. He's been suffering a horrible bout of food poisoning, and he has to give the game away to Alex Crivier. So Alex Crivier out, now up into 4th position. He's, whoa, Abe getting that back end really crossed up as he comes out of the right-hander. So then Alex Crivier just got now Abe ahead of him. Well, Crivier, we saw him in 3rd. He missed his braking point at one of the corners, went into the gravel, fortunately without putting the bike down into the gravel, and now he's on a real charge, but he's keeping it consummately so together, keeping his flow, keeping his rhythm, keep hammering away at the lap times. That Honda V4, it's the, as a rule, the quickest bike in this pack that is battling it out for 3rd position, and he's certainly showing his mettle in only his 3rd Grand Prix as returning from missing those 5 races through injury after his accident. Abe in 3rd. This is the battle for 3rd, 4th and 5th that we're looking at. This is the battle for 1st and 2nd, Doohan and Okada, and you can see the extent of their lead just if you look back to the top of your screen where we have got Abe and Alex Crivier battling it out there. But with 3 laps to go, it's Nobuatsu Aoki. He's back in 5th position. He's trying hard. We're on board with Alex Crivier, and soon he's going to be picking off Norikabe as we come through the quick left-hander. That's through the quick left-hander that brings us then up into another right-hander. Crivier is going to be late on the brakes, but surely that hand will be coming into play. Abe keeps it cranked well over in that 3rd position as they accelerate hard out of the corner. This is the back straight, the quick kink that they're coming through. The left-hander, Abe in 3rd, Alex Crivier in 4th. Crivier not quite able to take Norikabe on the brakes, so they're still as one. 3rd, 4th and 5th position, that's what we're looking at. But Crivier just missed the front there. He drifts over to our right-hand side, tries to have a sniff of Norikabe's 3rd position, but it's not going to happen. Again, we come into the tortuously slow right and then the left, down to 1st gear, 50 miles an hour, and then accelerating up again the box, head down over the tank. Alex Crivier tries hard, but almost thinks about coming up alongside Abe, but it's not going to happen. already out of turn 10. Now they're onto the front straight, but we've got 2 laps to go here. Doohan is in the lead still, but Okada is fighting hard. He's fighting hard. 2 laps to go, as I say. Just 2 more circulations here in Indonesia. This is the penultimate Grand Prix. Okada has just got 2 more races to try and beat Mick Doohan before he goes back home to Japan for the winter. He takes Doohan supremely on the power. Nice manoeuvre by Okada, but he goes deep. Oh, but he nicely keeps Doohan behind him as they come up to turns 3 and 4. Now they're accelerating hard onto the back straight with the kink in the middle of it. Okada accelerating hard on that acceleration, getting the rear end unstuck a little, but he's good on the brakes, just keeps the rear wheel skating. Oh, Doohan's on the inside. Oh, sneaky manoeuvre. Okada won't like that. He had to pick up the machine. You saw him jinx the machine up. Okada will be well revving over that one. He gets his head down over the tank. So then, Doohan and Okada, they've got about a lap and a half to go here at Indonesia. Doohan just got about 4 bike lengths over his own teammate. Not that will mean anything in Michael Doohan's book. He's a fighter, he plays hard, and he races hard. So then, they come onto the front straight. We've just got 1 more lap to go here in Sentul. Doohan gets the power on hard. You saw that rear end skating as he comes over the line. The finish line is there through the Mirage, building up speed to 180, 185 miles an hour into the last lap. Less than 3.5 kilometers to go now. Okada in that second place. He knows that he's quick out of this corner here. That's where he passed Doohan on the last lap. Okada's trying hard. The difference is just over 1/10 of a second. That means nothing now. Just 2/3 of a lap to go. Okada's through again. He's got better power, really, even though they should be on similar machines in the same team, out of the same stable. That doesn't matter, though. So Okada's just got 2/3 of a lap now to go. He's got the lead. Head down over the tank. Okada's going to have none of this from Doohan, but Doohan's trying to have a look up on the inside. Doohan, is he going to go around the outside? He does. Just hits the rear wheel in contact with the ground. Doohan now in the lead. The lap charts will purvey that Doohan led over the line, but it means nothing. The last time around, Okada's trying to find a way through as we come into the other right and then the left. He's going to have to play this one hard. Doohan again in the lead as we come through the left-hander. We've just got 2 more straights to go, including the front straight. Down into the last corner. Okada's got to do it here. Oh, nicely up on the inside. What a boy. Okada's gonna go hard on this one. Doohan has to keep it tight. Nice manoeuvre by Okada. He gives it a big handful. Okada's going to come across the line. He weaves. Doohan is going to lose out. Okada wins his first Grand Prix. Mick Doohan has to give second best, and indeed the team of Doohan on pit wall give him a round of applause. There you have it. Okada just 7/100ths of a second behind Michael Doohan. Alex Crivier put in a storming race to finish 3rd, and Nobuwayatsu in 4th position. Well, Doohan will not be happy with that. Okada's over the moon, and indeed Alex Crivier, although 10 seconds back, happy with his 3rd position. So then Tadej Okada retakes 2nd position in the championship ahead of Nobuwatsu Aoki.
I was in the front trying to with the group with Okada and Mick, but I made a mistake, and then I tried to catch him, and I went out, and I was too difficult to catch Okada.
Well, yeah, you couldn't win them all, but that's the way it runs.
How was today's race, this last lap? What do you think?
A little bit desperate, I guess, but he got the better of me, and congratulations to him.
Incredible, so fantastic. I'm very happy because middle of the race, my tire is a little bit big stride from the Mick, and we stay in second position, but still going faster was Mick, but I'm very happy. But after Chica Flag, some problem, but for me it's okay.
There's Mr. Suharto being pictured with the top 3 in the race. He is the president of Indonesia.